Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. Okay, so doing fire signs today. Did Leo? Let's do Aries. Let's see what Aries is. God, shaking. Happy Pluto and Aquarius. What up, Aries? What do you need to grow in your garden this year? This is the Green Witch Oracle, by the way. Aries, what's happening? What's going on? Anything? Nothing? Aries, what's going on? Cauliflower. Hell yeah, that's delicious. Transition. Moon in Cancer, and it's an earth sign. Interesting. Feels like you're trying to kind of, it's like, it's not going to be able to be hidden for long, but with this picture here, I'm getting like you're trying to like hide it and like keep it safe or protect it or something here, and it's not going to work. Like, that's not how cauliflower operates. So whatever this is, it feels like you might have to release it. The flirt, not Aries. No. It's all good. Yeah, just got to be careful with that. Maybe you're trying to hide your feelings for someone. Maybe you're trying not to flirt with someone. Ooh. Get it in. Oh, there it is. Cave and lightning. Ooh, you better nip this in the bud, or the universe is going to bring that Neptunian energy in and be like, okay, well, there we go. Interesting. Aries, you're not one to do this. What's going on? This is so not your vibe. Why are you trying to hide? That's what we'll find out. All right. Number 11 is the cauliflower. Ready? Set, grow. Cauliflower. When the flower blooms, the bees come uninvited. Oh. Let me state that again for you, darling. When the flower blooms, the bees come uninvited. Cauliflower heralds a change. This might have happened recently or be happening soon, or the energy around the change is unsettled. A rebirth can now take place, and if you're holding on to what is gone before, it is time to let go for good. A reactivation can take place in an area of your life that there has been a lull or a setback. Be wary of deceit and corruption. Plant a cauliflower in early to mid-autumn in most areas in cooler climates from late summer to the autumn. Ensure that you plant the seeds in full sun in a bed that has not had brassica crops. That's so like cauliflower, kohlrabi, broccoli. Trying to think of other plants that are like that. So it's a whole genus of plants that have the similar like look to this, where they have flower fruit in the middle, or a vegetable, and then like they're protected usually by greens, and then they emerge from the greens. So if anything like that, you need to move them around, or at the very least, if you can't do that, you need to refurbish the soil with what you took out of it. So the soil needs to be rich and water retentive. Harvesting is done best by removing the entire plant when the head is fully formed to variety type. Smaller secondary heads will develop, but these can attract pests. So magical correspondences are uses are calm emotions, lunar rituals, glamour magic, and change. Deities are Diana, Isis, Huan Yin, and Selene. Celestial is the moon, and the astrological sign is Cancer. Transition recipe. Form a deeper connection with your lunar energies with a magical soup. Slice a head of cauliflower into florets and lay it on a baking tray. Sprinkle with oil and roast on medium heat until golden. Fry 1 sliced onion and 2 cloves of garlic until browned. Then puree with the cauliflower and 3 cups of stock. Add herbs to taste and also cream or seasoning if desired. Drink from a round white bowl under the moon. That sounds kind of delicious. Okay, interesting. Yeah, anything you can do to kind of offset whatever this is with like a lunar energy, because it feels like you're really in your Aries energy here. So maybe calm lunar energies in your environment would be best suited for you at the moment. Sorry for the loud noises. 31 is the number of the fairy, the flirt. Keyword, attention. Imagine that. We all know that a little flirting can be fun. Fairies love to flirt. It's just part of their personality. Some are flirtier than others, however. We've all done it from time to time. A bit too much might be another thing altogether. Are you being true to another who cares about you? Are you being true to your own values? Are you trifling with another's emotions? It is possible that someone is taking your attention more seriously than you intended. Check to make sure that you are not harming another. Are you getting involved in something that's not good? Be careful not to flirt with danger. See things clearly and be truthful with yourself. Pay attention to that little voice within and its warnings. This card may also be telling you that opportunity is within reach, but you are only flirting with it. If there's something that you really want to do, sink all of your efforts into the project. Avoid being superficial in your actions. If it's worth doing, it's worthy of your full attention. Chant, fluttering about my head. Have you heard what I've just said? Fairies, dear as you can be, help me bring the truth through me. So be it. Smile at everyone you see today. Yeah, that's kind of what the vibe I'm getting here is like there's opportunity for yumminess here, whatever that means for you. But you're like, what are you doing? That's so not Aries. Why are you afraid of it? Oh, because this might bring actual success for you? Dun, dun, dun. No, I feel like this is more of like an opportunity you're flirting with. Or maybe you're flirting with someone who's in charge of bringing you the opportunity. Who knows? But don't mess with others' emotions. That'll backfire in a major way. This whole petty thing has taken over. So just be really careful that you do not play with people's emotions. Cave, sanctuary. Ta-da! Okay. As the sun sets, the crescent of the new moon appears in the distance. This ancestral human creates his art, painting on the walls of the cave with colors drawn from earth's substances. The fire warms him, and the cave shelters him and provides a refuge from the rest of the world. With its womb-like structure, it not only offers sanctuary, but also serves as a temple that houses his creative spirit, which eventually gives birth, quote unquote, in the physical form of his artwork. Note how absorbed he is in the process. He no doubt has prepared for this creative ceremony by getting the fire going, mixing the colors, and gathering his sacred objects. He's painting an image of a sacred spiral, one of the most ancient symbols to ever be discovered. It has been depicted in artwork and found in a variety of cultures and occurs frequently in nature in exquisite mathematical proportions, such as the shape of the nutshells. It also shows up in burial sites around the world, representing the endless spiral of life, death, and rebirth. The grand and complex mystery is so elegantly portrayed in this simple circular pattern. There's a quiet, still place inside of you that always will be available as a sanctuary. Yet finding such a space in the natural world will enhance and complement this internal place of peace. Whether it is a cave, a meadow, a forest, a seashore, or any other setting in nature, this is where you can see, hear, and feel the presence of the Creator in your surroundings. Let it become a temple of your heart and soul. Rather than having your computer, television, or any other human-made device or activity be your sanctuary, allow yourself to discover the perfect place in nature where you can simply be and breathe. Doing so bridges the connection between the internal and external, facilitating a spiritual communion that allows your being to be aligned in dramatic and quiet reverie with all that is. In today's busy world, it becomes even more critical to set aside time for sanctuary, even if you have to schedule it. That is so important. I can't even, having that peace accessible to you. If you're blessed enough to have a yard, you have total opportunity to do that. If we see power all around us, it is in the mountains, the meadows, the clouds. In fact, every expression of nature, yet there isn't more dramatic display of nature's power than lightning. It electrifies and splits the atmosphere such that when the heated air comes rushing together, we hear thunder. The applause of the gods. Lightning sharpens our senses and triggers fear and awe. We see these forked beams of brilliant light jump from the sky, and our instinctual vigilance is triggered in anticipation of the roar that follows. We naturally seek shelter from the storm and are grateful that we already are being sheltered. This demonstration of power of creation is yet another way to remind us that we are not in control of the natural world. When we witness nature's power with open hearts and minds, we see that it is neither destructive nor constructive. It simply is. The power available to you, the force of life itself, is neutral. It is neither inherently good nor bad. It is how you utilize it that will determine whether it is ultimately harmful or life-giving and congruent with the will of spirit that pulses through you. What is required is awareness of your intention, your values, and your willingness to act upon them under the particular circumstances of your inquiry. Although you may see yourself as using this power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in duality of good or bad in determining your decisions or actions. Through prayer or ceremony, you can tap into this spiritual force. And by paying close attention to Spirit's prompting, your choice will ultimately be revealed to you, one that is beyond your typical perspective. From there, you can continue to access the divine power that is in every force driving the universe. And that's why I love ending with that deck. You don't need to expand on anything. Okay? So, bring it all together. Your cave is there for a reason. You're seeking shelter from the storm. But don't forget to observe the repercussions for what's going on. Okay? And don't judge them. Don't judge yourself. Just be like, okay, that's not going to have a good outcome. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to choose a different way. Because the outcome is going to be not in my best interest. You have been conned by some sort of programming out in natural, societal constructs of whatever the hell is going on out there. That this is like how you do things. This is how you get ahead. This energetic pattern right here is how you do it. And it's not the case. your abilities, your talents, your authentic self, your wholeness is what gets you forward. And if it's not what's getting you forward, the entire structure that you are trying to penetrate is going to crumble eventually. Find a different way, a different modality, a different path. Or that tower will come in, my love. Serious business. If you can't show up in your authentic self, you're not showing up in the right place. Okay, so whatever institution, whatever this is, if you're not showing up in your creative, authentic self, and you have to do this weird thing, right? It can be fun. This is true. But it doesn't need to be taken to a toxic place in order to move forward, in order to get you out of your cave. You should be able to stay in your cave, be creative, understand how nature works, and honor the authenticity of it, and just move forward and completely uncover yourself. Okay? All right. I feel like that's it. I wish you a beautiful, glorious week, Aries. And until next time, keep your flame.